Okay, so I'm here now with Linda. Thank you for being here. And can you just tell everyone just about your role and what you do here for Kidsability?
I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Kidsability, and we cover, as I think you probably know, Guelph, Wellington, and Waterloo region.
We'll talk about the value that Kidsability brings to the area then.
So I think we started here in 1999. We opened our doors in Guelph. We had 7 clients in that
really?
first year,
Wow.
and now we're serving about 700. So we're seeing kids for occupational and physiotherapy, therapeutic recreation, which is really about getting kids involved in what's going on in their community so that kids can be kids, and our social work services. And we're just starting to introduce some new speech language services for kids with complex needs. And I think all of those are sort of directed at the same goal, which is we want to make sure that kids and families are as strong and as resilient as they can possibly be. So when you sort of think back to, our own beginnings as a family, when you start to sort of think about having your children and welcoming them into the world, you don't really envision a place like Kidsability being in your future.
Okay.
But as a parent or somebody close to a parent, a caregiver or professional starts to notice that a child may not be quite hitting developmental milestones, that's really frightening for a parent and really concerning. And so, we want to be there as quickly as we can when those needs are identified. And I think getting in and getting the right services at the right time in the right way gives families back those dreams.
Yeah, it's critical. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it gives kids all the skills that they can possibly acquire, but I think it gives families back the dream of being a family. And maybe the dream looks a little different than you thought it was going to look, but I think it's really about sort of giving families hope for the future and kids skills to make sure that they can be as successful as possible.
So I like the word that you just said there, the dream, right?
Yeah.
And so if you were to dream about what the community could do to support Kidsability, what would be in that dream? What are your needs?
So I think for us, the hardest thing that we do is say to families, you're right, you can benefit from services here, but you need to wait.
Yeah.
That is like the worst thing in my job or in any of our staff having to say to a family. So, we're probably sitting right now with a waiting list in Guelph, Wellington of about 100 kids. And, those are 100 kids we don't want to say no to, or we don't want to say wait to.
Yeah.
So, when we're raising funds here in Guelph, Wellington, we're using those funds to supplement the services being delivered here.
Okay.
And I think we raise somewhere around $150,000 or $200,000 a year, and that helps us get direct services. Our waiting list would be much longer without that.
Yeah. So one of the ways, good segue to give back to Kidsability is the superhero run that's coming up June the 21st.
June 21st at Exhibition Park.
And I'm really looking forward to it again. I had a blast with it last year. So
that's actually where I met you last year, but you were dressed in a Spider-Man costume.
It was a costume, yes, yes. And my son came along for the run as well.
That's right, I remember that.
And well, let me rephrase that. I ran most of the way, and then I was walking very slowly the rest of the way. But it was such a great event.
It was terrific.
It was so great, and so I think there's a lot of buzz and excitement in the community about the superhero run. Well, so what do you have to say about that?
Well, we're delighted that you're chairing it for us. That's terrific.
Yes.
But I think the popularity of the event is it's really about leveling the playing field. So kids and families and kids with special needs in families, are all, everybody's a superhero on that day.
Yeah.
And there's a 1K family friendly, you can bike it, walk it, run it, stroller it, wheelchair it, whatever you need to do. And then there's a 5K sort of run for the more serious runners, of which that wouldn't be me.
And that would not be me.
I did the 1K.
I will clap them along.
But I think it's really, and so it's adults, getting to the place where kids are, right? So everybody's dressing as a superhero, and the kids love it. And it's kind of like we're entering their world for one morning. It was an amazing event.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing you there. You may not recognize me.
I don't know what costume. What costume you're going to have this time.
Yeah. My family's coming, and we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a great family event.
Yeah. Thank you for all your work that you do here.
For,
really appreciate it.
We appreciate your support.
You bet. Take care.